Getting ready for Hurricane Helene. William Hovey Smith, 2024.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And between intermittent rainstorms, we are getting prepared for a hurricane. It's supposed to pass through here day after tomorrow. So among the things I'm doing is picking up my work tools. I've already got this area largely cleared where I was grubbing up poison oak. And so I put my tools away and my sheets away. And I've gotten the burn pile going and burned, so that much is done. I have another tree down in my yard already, which I hope to work on a little bit today anyway, as well as get the rest of my mechanical creatures ready to go. That is, sharpened and oiled and so on and so on. Now, on deer hunting, actually this storm is helping me some. I had a deer stand up very close to a feeder.
And that's the food plot. And this is one of my shot lanes. Hopefully getting a deer walking down toward the feeder in this direction.
And I moved it and I put it up a pine tree near a scrape also close to the feeder. And so what I'm waiting for is rain to wash all that scent away, because this is still crossbow season and I have to be close. So my plan is to, a couple of days after it rains, it quits, go in there and hunt that stand with a crossbow and see if we can get a nice buck. Because the size of the scrape indicates that, it's a good deer that's coming in there.
Another thing I've done is pile up all the little unburned giblets on my burn pile so I can get that cleaned. Because I have another tree down in the yard, so we're going to be filling it up with new stuff. Some of it maybe even today, if the rain doesn't stop us. Our next task with the chainsaws is continue to work on this tree. I removed some material from it before, and we're going to see if we can get as much out of it as we can. We managed to make reasonable progress yesterday and got perhaps 20% of it moved and hauled away. That big piece is running longitudinally. That is a dead chinaberry. And I just pulled it out of the hedgerow there, so now I'll be able to cut it up and put it on the burn pile. And we're making good progress on consuming what we cut yesterday. Almost all of it has burned now. It burned all night. So we got a good start. And we have until about 6 o'clock this afternoon until the rain really comes in and probably ceases everything. I'm going to use that section of trunk as a sort of sawhorse, and that way I can sit and not have to stand when I do all the cutting, and that takes a little less pressure off my legs. As I cut a section, I'll just pull that chinaberry further up and up as I get it cut. That method works very well. And so we now load that up and get it out of the way and put on the main parts of the trunk. This section of the trunk is rotted and generally infested with ants. As you can see, they did not particularly like this process. I made the 2 cuts you can see with the disjointed sections of logs, and also 2 more. I may have to use a truck to pull those free. And then we have this tangle of bent over live stuff to cut out and get away to the burn pile. Support this channel by buying my outdoor books, business books, novels, and recommending them to your local libraries. I've authored some 20 books and novels, and now I'm writing screenplays as well. And I was invited to the Paris International Film Week Festival to be held in April 5 and 6, 2025. And this invitation came personally from the director of the festival. And I was given a discount to submit my new screenplay, The Buzzard Squadron. And the reason I was given the discount was that they had really liked my previous screenplay, Until Death Do You Part, An American Family Meets Their Sicilian Cousins. So I received a callback. Well, I don't know if I'll win anything, but it's nice to have your efforts recognized. Although it certainly doesn't look like much now. There's still a bed of live coals under there. So we're going to start it with a little pine straw and paper, and then put on our dry chinaberry, and yeah, things will look up shortly. As predicted, I didn't even get all my load on before it started up. That's a nice clean burning fire. The wood is certainly catching now. So yeah, by the time I get back, yeah, I can put some green stuff on there. Before you start cutting vines, you want to make very sure that your chainsaw blade is on tightly. You can see right now that that one is not. What happens is a vine will get underneath and run the blade out of the track, and you'll have to stop, and then with a hot chainsaw tighten it up again. When you start cutting on that stuff, you want to make long sweeping cuts from top all the way down, so you don't leave any entangling and attached vines behind, and that way you'll be able to work through in steps. You'll not be able to cut all that at once. And so we'll cut the first thing starting at the top, then down, take another step, cut another swap, then down, and so on until we get all through that mess. Now we'll see if we can get a pull with the tractor and get a good snatch out. I'm leaving the chainsaw running because I rather imagine there are going to be some caught up vines I'll still need to cut. The fire is doing good. It's ready for green material now. Now the green stuff is starting to catch. We've got another batch of chinaberry and briars from the burn pile now. And as you can see, the coals are hot enough to get those things going. We put our last load of pine straw and vines on the pile, and so now things are taking off a little bit. 4 o'clock and our burn pile is very largely done. So it can proceed quite happily till we have rain on it about 6 o'clock. And so that'll do good. The old timers who read signs from the animals would tell you it's going to be a bad storm. As not only the dogs want to come in the house, the snakes do too. That's a rat snake skin. And yeah, he's headed under the house there, and he's welcome. I don't mind an occasional rat snake. Now they do get inside the house, and I just gently scoot them out. They help with the house mice, and I know I've got a couple, and yeah, he's welcome. Well guys, I'm going to call it quits for the day. It's about 4:15 now. Our storm is due to start about 6 o'clock and continue through tomorrow and some the next day. And during such storms, I have some of these pecan trees lose limbs and sometimes knock the pecan tree altogether over. So I expect to have a lot more work to do. Now about these tree rounds here, I can't lift them. No way. So what I had planned was to put them on my big trailer and winch them up and haul them out in the woods. Well, I'm just too tired to do that today. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.